Welcome to Irk Russell Park in Statesboro, Georgia. We're ready for PDL soccer as Tormenta FC plays their fourth regular season game tonight, hosting the SC United Bantams. And we're thrilled you could join us, everybody. Welcome inside the booth. Drew Felios alongside Danny Wall from the Multimedia Development Center. So far for Tormenta FC, 2017 has looked a lot like the beginning of 2016. Goals hard to come by, wins hard to come by. Danny, tonight they've got a good opportunity for one.
Absolutely. Took their first loss against Nashville 4-3. So this is going to be a great game for Tormenta back at home after a one-game road trip. Looking to get a win in tonight's game and continue on this 2017 season.
All right, players like Reed Norton tonight are going to have to step up. He is a guy that the coaching staff has really circled, trying to get him to up his play just a bit. Also, Charlie Dennis had the electrifying start at the beginning of the year. He's gone a little bit quiet over the last few games.
Well, they have been the 1-2 punch for Tormenta so far this season. Reed Norton getting his first goal against Nashville last week. So hoping to carry that momentum into tonight's game here against FC.
All right, Reed Norton getting more comfortable. Ayo Sosu should also have a prominent role here tonight against SC United, a team that does have a win over Nashville. Remember, Tormenta coming off a heartbreaking loss to Nashville 11 days ago. They want to fix that and get the ship going in the right direction here tonight.
Well, one thing you can expect from Tormenta in this game is to be more aggressive starting out in the opening minutes, trying to be aggressive, get the ball, get some open shots, and be aggressive early on in the first half so they can get a good lead and eventually go into the win.
All right, Tormenta tonight will come out wearing the dark uniforms. SC United will wear the all-white as we are just about set to go. This area pounded by thunderstorms just a few hours ago. The field is a little bit slick tonight, but we are ready to go here at Irk Russell as Ayo Sosu will toss it in at midfield.
And you can't forget about the South Georgia humidity, a little bit of lingering rain about a half hour prior to the start time. So it's a little murky out there on the field. Be interesting to see how both teams play in these conditions.
Sosu goes down and the first whistle of the contest. Ayo Sosu, a guy that was talked about, assistant coach John Cott, spending some time with us earlier today, Danny, and Sosu, a guy that they're going to rely on big time. The veterans must come through tonight to get Tormenta their first win.
And the interesting thing with Sosu, usually in the first couple of games, he dyes his hair a certain color. The last game against Peachtree City, it was pink, it was blue. In the first game, it was pink. This game, he's going with his natural black hair as he wants to focus and help his team focus and get in the win today.
Ayo Sosu very focused, recognizing the urgency, the early part of the season. Every single game huge from here on out if Tormenta expects to make a run towards the postseason. SC United now with a little bit of tempo. Harrison Roberts goes down inside the center circle, and that'll draw the first whistle on Tormenta. Neil Vinyals wears number 8 for Tormenta FC. He's had a key role so far this year. After coming in the opener off the bench, he's been a starter ever since. Now working the far left side, the Bantams in the box, get a good shot, and it's just to the left, so Keegan Meyer does not have to play it, but a good opportunity early for the Bantams.
And Keegan Meyer wants to erase the last game that happened against Nashville, giving up 3 goals in the second half. So the first shot by SC United Bantams just off, which would be a pretty long game for Keegan Meyer tonight.
Mikey Rowe is in the starting lineup tonight. Rowe making his 3rd start for the team out of Young Harris College. Tormenta in that 4-4-1 formation. And the thing that they want to do a little bit better here tonight is pick their spots when moving forward. They don't feel like they have picked the best times to head up the field instead of going side to side.
Well, in this game, they want to be the aggressor here in the first half. They want to attack and they want to put pressure on SC United's defense. More shots, more open looks, the more the merrier.
Here's Andre Street, one of the key players for SC United. We'll be calling out names like Cody Millard. He, along with his brother Wyatt Millard, key roles in this SC United attack.
And also for Tormenta, Jad Arslan playing in his first game from West Virginia. He wasn't in the Peachtree City game. He just got off the plane in that matchup, didn't play. So in the starting lineup for Tormenta tonight, trying to get some valuable minutes for the team.
Josh Phelps also in there for Tormenta. Wears number 11, the center back, Australian. We'll try and get into the mix as the ball is headed out. And looks like we're going to have our first throw-in for SC United on the far side. Looked like it could be a corner, but they are going to toss it in.
SC United starting out with more offensive possessions, as almost getting a look here, but good defense by Tormenta.
That was Whiteley, number 13, Trenton Whiteley, the right back for Tormenta. He's been a mainstay with the franchise since day one. Well, it was a heartbreaker in Nashville back on the 20th of May in a game that Tormenta's had a little bit of a hard time putting behind them, but they believe that bounce here, a bounce there, and perhaps a call that could have gone their way and should have gone their way could have been the difference in that matchup.
Well, one thing that the coaches said about their guys for Tormenta is that they showed character. You know, sometimes you can't control everything, and that was one of those games.
Shot on goal, and it's into the net for SC United. A blast by Joe Viner finds the back of the net, and it's 1-0 here in the 5th minute.
And Viner had a great look, was able to get it over the head of Meyer. An early goal, not even just about 5 minutes in here in the first half.
Defense just a little bit out of position, and those rebounds can be so dangerous. As Viner was waiting for it, and already the Bantams are on the board. So not the start that Tormenta was looking for. Tormenta FC in an early hole. Lots of talking on the field here tonight. Both teams really into this one. Jose Cubalon trying to control, but it goes over to Tormenta.
And that goal for SC United is going to shake the cobwebs up a little bit. Their first goal since their first matchup on the 23rd of May against the Tri-Cities Otters. They won that game 1-0.
Now Tormenta works from the far side. This is Sam Blackman. Blackman heading backwards, sends it over to Leland Archer, who has just played fabulous soccer so far for Tormenta FC. Archer tonight wearing number 12. Player goes down. It's Liam Ireland. And the officials are going to step right in. You hear lots of chatter as SC United's calling for a yellow.
Lots of early whistles as well in the first half of this one. Tormenta players and SC United players trying to make sure that Ireland is okay. And a yellow card will be officiated.
So we do indeed have some number changes tonight for Tormenta FC, as Nick Wells, the midfielder, will be wearing number 20. That's Leland Archer. He's had a great season so far. He's going to be wearing number 12 tonight, the center back, been the best on the back line for Tormenta. And then Tony Soler, another key player for Tormenta FC, will wear number 27 here tonight. The Spaniard also with a number switch. 3 players for Tormenta FC. Nick Wells, Leland Archer, and Tony Soler all changing numbers tonight.
This may be the first look for Tormenta on offense, as SC United able to get everything going their way so far in the opening. A rebound goal in the opening 5 minutes, and then able to get a yellow card on one of the Tormenta players.
Sosu will throw it in for Tormenta FC. Tormenta with a couple draws to start the season. One to Myrtle Beach, the other to Peachtree City. Both of those matches at home, both very winnable. So 0-0 and 2 before heading to Nashville. And a heartbreaking loss. Now Tormenta attacking from the right side. Flag does not go up as Tormenta FC in position. A nice cross. Can't be countered. And SC United will escape. That was very close.
A little bit of that early aggression that I was talking about earlier that you're going to expect from Tormenta, especially now that they have to play catch-up from here on out.
Here's Reed Norton. Norton sends it ahead. Sosu operating. So the veterans teaming up here in the first 10 minutes. This is Nil Vinyals. Keep in mind this Tormenta team has only been together a little over 3 weeks, so a lot of players still getting to know each other and really click together. Coaching staff trying to find that magic connection.
Well, that was one of the positives between the last game against Nashville and this game tonight. They had 10 days to practice and be able to work together more and learn about each other a lot more. So you can expect the chemistry to be a little bit better here in tonight's game.
Here's Vinyals, just outside the 18 now. Tormenta a little more aggressive. Nice tempo. Blackman to the right. Good one-on-one play there for Tormenta. Inside the 6 and headed out now. Trenton Whiteley able to collect. This is Reed Norton. Can he get a left-footed swing on it? Yes, he does. As that's going to be fielded by Ian McGrain, the SC United goalie. Still a good sequence for the home team.
One thing you want to expect from Tormenta, following that loss, is that they have become mentally tougher. So that mental toughness is going to help them out here in this game tonight.
Now in the 11th minute, 1-0 SC United, getting a goal in the 5th minute by Joe Viner, in case you're just joining us. Drew Felios, Danny Waugh, and the entire crew from the Georgia Southern Multimedia Development Center. Fresh off doing a fabulous job covering the Sun Belt Baseball Tournament for 2017. What a tournament it was, as the home team Georgia Southern made a fabulous run all the way to the championship game.
What a wild week it was overall. The rain delayed the first 2 games, pretty much suspended the first 6 games of tournament play, and then they made a decision to shrink the tournament from a double elimination to a single elimination. And every game was win or go home, and Georgia Southern had a lot of miracles in that game, from their quarterfinal match against Louisiana with a grand slam in the 9th inning. They were the away team in that game as well, even though they were in front of a home crowd at J.I. Clements Stadium. Coming back with a miracle win against Louisiana, defeating Texas State in the semifinals, going against South Alabama in the championship game. Took a 6-4 lead in the 9th inning, top of the 9th, a 3-run homer by Ryan Cleveland, but then the pitching giving up back-to-back homers in the bottom of the inning, and then in the 10th, South Alabama got the win. But overall, a miraculous tournament. It was a great showing overall from Georgia Southern, and a great showing by those 12 seniors.
Here's Viner, able to center it. And now Tormenta takes over once again. Charlie Dennis handles for the first time for Tormenta FC. They want to get number 9 involved. Dennis now flanks out wide. Dennis trying to service in the zip code of Mikey Rowe. Mikey trying to run it down. It will belong to the home team. Sosu will toss it in.
Mikey Rowe, the Powerade player of the game in that tie against Peachtree City. As Tormenta trying to create some open looks.
Tormenta has really picked up the pace offensively. Here's Reed Norton now. Vinyals able to touch. Sosu has it come his way. And we're going to have an offsides call.
Sosu showing some emotion, didn't like the call. Had an open look like he was about to work and do some one-on-one, but possession goes back to SC United.
Back to that baseball weekend, though. The weather has certainly not been kind here in South Georgia and also along the Carolinas over the past week. This area has gotten hammered by rain.
Yeah, multiple thunderstorms. 7.5 inches of rain covered the Statesboro area during the Sun Belt tournament, forcing the tournament going from double elimination to single elimination. Just rain overall, and then even rain this week coming up. Supposed to be scattered thunderstorms along the way.
SC United will have a throw in, as this is Cody Millard tonight playing right back for the Bantams. Kubilan with the touch. And they'll cross it now the other side of the field. Andre Street, very athletic on defense for SC United. Tormenta 0-1-2 coming into tonight. This team hungry as can be for a win. Trailing here early, 1-0. Millard will possess. Very patient right now are the Bantams. Here comes the service. Just outside the 18, Trenton Whiteley will run it down. And Tormenta able to get it back.
Viner, who got the goal for SC United early on, was trying to set up one of his teammates and get the assist, but a little bit too hard on the header across the way. And so now SC United resetting here, kicking it back.
Head coach Lee Morris of SC United said our main objective tonight, we really want to move the ball. And that is what they're doing right at this moment as Tormenta's defense really working hard over the last few minutes. Here's Whiteley, though, coming away with it. Trenton Whiteley, one of 7 returning players for Tormenta FC. That original bunch from 2016, well represented, and especially tonight with former head coach Ben Freakley in the stadium. We welcome Coach Freakley back to Statesboro after that tremendous inaugural year.
The inaugural coach for Tormenta FC was just short of reaching the playoffs, but overall a magical first season and created a lot of buzz for the team heading into the 2017 season this year.
Mikey Rowe now on the run. Vinyals comes up to challenge. Davis Bryan, the midfielder, very soft feet for SC United. See the individual skill that we're seeing in White. They're very patient as now Roberts handles on the far side. He is being marked tightly, but able to use his legs, and that was a tremendous opportunity as the header was set up perfectly.
And Viner once again getting involved with just a little bit off on the header, just going over the goalpost.
I believe that was Andre Street, too, coming up for the threat. Check that on that header. That was Viner on the attempt. Crowd slowly filing in tonight. First Wednesday night contest of 2017. Played on Thursday. Now we're playing on a Wednesday. Also Saturday and Friday night games throughout the schedule of 2017. This is Charlie Dennis. With Charlie Dennis, every time he touches it, you just kind of hold your breath. He is such an exciting player to watch.
You have to be careful when Dennis has the ball. And this is also the first of a 3-game homestand for Tormenta. They have tonight's game against SC United. Then they'll try to avenge the loss against Nashville when they face them twice in the span of 3 days, from Thursday, June 8th to Saturday, June 10th.
Harrison Roberts got airborne that time, couldn't save it from going out of bounds. SC United now tosses it in. Whiteley is over there. Tormenta marking very tightly defensively. Davis Bryant. And now Cody Millard. Well, Millard really makes a lot happen for this SC United team. Look at the moves. Trying to get it inside the box once again. Jordan Walsh was there, but the pass just a little slow. Still impressive.
Yeah, trying to bob and weave its way across the Tormenta defenders. You can see the defense for Tormenta, a bit of a waking up a little bit after that first goal given up early in the opening minutes.
Cody Millard, number 2, and Wyatt Millard, number 11. Tonight for SC United. Two guys that have come through the system of SC United, come up through the ranks, really fan favorites. They're so important to the franchise. Ball served inside the 6 and headed out by Tormenta FC.
Yeah, good header there by Josh Phelps, able to get the ball out of harm's way. And now Tormenta trying to create a run on their own, and the foul will be called.
That was Charlie Dennis going down, and another yellow card assessed. So that's the second one that we have seen here already. Good sportsmanship, though, between Davis Bryant and Charlie Dennis after the play.
You have to love the aggressiveness that Tormenta is playing at right now. 2 yellow cards are now officiated, 1 on Tormenta and now 1 on SC United.
So again, count the yellow for Davis Bryant, the midfielder. This is Reed Norton. And jockeying for position going on right now inside the 18.
A little bit of pushing and shoving. We've already seen a couple of fouls be called. You have to love how both of these teams are battling here as Reed Norton are waiting for the kick.
Norton, a beautiful ball this time. Look at the goalie go up and get it. Ian McGrain did a good job taking charge of that situation.
Well, McGrain already has 7 saves this year, 77% save percentage. Able to go up there through the fray and grab it down.
Brought it down in traffic. That pass led a little bit too far. Archer now will collect for Tormenta. Tonight, the game plan for Tormenta FC was to just try and get comfortable. Do not panic. I know you get to the 4th match of the season, you still haven't had a win, Danny. It's very easy to try and force the issue and maybe try a little bit too hard. I think the coaching staff, Coach Milleracey, has stressed to his team, along with assistant coach John Cott, who coaches the goalies, let's not get out of our game. Let's not forget who we are, what we're trying to do, and let's simply not try too hard. Let's just rely on each other, let the game come to us, and everything will be fine. I think that's kind of the mindset here tonight.
Yeah, you want to stick to your game plan. You want to stay relaxed. Once you feel that moment of pressure and you feel that pressure, that's when things start to go wrong even more. So they want to settle out here. They want to play consistent ball. They want to work as a unit more and just stick with the game plan.
Opportunity's certainly going to come tonight for Tormenta FC. But they got to have a finisher here under the lights. Charlie Dennis, certainly one of those guys. Dennis gets it inside as Blackman touched it, went off his foot, and it'll be a goal kick for SC United. Eric Tello touches for SC United. He wears number 5. Now this is Reed Norton getting to that close to the midway point of the season when you are Tormenta FC. Roles start to be defined. You know who you can count on. As going down that time was Vinyals. A whistle blown, it'll belong to the Bantams. But you get to this point and you know who your guys are. Guys settle into their roles. I think Tormenta is starting to realize who can be counted on for what as they near that midway point.
Yeah, the midway point of the season is where you want to figure out who you guys are, who's been doing this, and how they're going to help going into the later half of the season. Usually the first half is a feeling out process of all your guys, and then towards that bottom half of the season, you know who you want to go to on that second half.
Here's a cross, contact in the box, no whistle, and Tormenta lucky there was not a whistle. SC United had their hands up, as moving now is Meyer to his right to get a hand on that one, but that's a sequence. Tormenta lucky that was not called.
A huge sigh of relief for Tormenta. They don't want to go down 2-0. With still over 20 minutes to play here in the half.
So Tormenta had a bad break the other night in Nashville a couple of weeks ago. That one, I think, going their way here in the 25th minute. 1-0 is your score. Drew Felios, Danny Waugh. Tonight in Statesboro, Georgia, the sun setting behind the trees at Irk Russell Park. Tormenta looking for their first win of 2017. Here's McGrain once again. Got to mention Coach Milleracey coming down from Atlanta earlier today, where he was also coaching up there. The developmental program, very busy head coach on the move, coaching a couple games in one day, 3 hours apart from each other. That's not easy. Here comes Walshaw for SC United. Top of the box, the shot is in, right past Keegan Meyer, and it's 2-0.
Goal by number 8, Jordan Walshaw.
Another open look for SC United. This time Jordan Walshaw getting a second goal of the season. Able to go right the middle and then go towards his right. And a 2-0 lead for the Bantams.
A goal by Viner in the 5th minute, and now by Walshaw in the 26th. And Tormenta FC really going to be tested here at home tonight.
Well, you said earlier that the team wants to stay consistent. They don't want to feel any pressure. So at this point, now down 2-0, they don't want to let things get too far away from them. More so that the Bantams have had more looks and more opportunities here in the first half compared to South Georgia Tormenta.
Here's Rowe coming up, and the ball sent out of bounds as Millard sends it out for SC United. Tormenta done a good job possessing here in the early moments, but just the final third, the killer instinct to put it in the back of the net. Reed Norton, a good service this time. And now Tormenta starting to apply more pressure.
There's a look at Jad Arthland was trying to get the header off the kick by Norton. Just couldn't get much contact. And the Bantams will have possession once again.
Home crowd here at Irk Russell, a little bit shocked as the Bantams have gotten on the board twice. Tormenta conceding here in the first 30 minutes, 2 times. Now looking for their own goal.
Yeah, they silenced the Tormenta crowd here at Russell Park. Was making noise early on, but now I almost hear a pin drop.
Leyland Archer, player that's going to take things a little bit into his own hands, does it that time, gets inside the center circle, and the whistle's called. Sam Blackman. Josh Phelps down there for Tormenta, sends it out of bounds. Now Tormenta will try and pick up the tempo just a bit. Good pass to the near side. Mikey Rowe to the 18. Contact. No whistle, we play on, and that time it's called. Tormenta a little frustrated as another sequence of plays does not go their way.
Yeah, Charlie Dennis thought there was a foul called, but instead he gets the foul called on him trying to get possession of the ball. And even though Tormenta's down 2-0, if they can get one goal here in the first half, they can cut their losses a little bit and start fresh anew in the second half.
I think one goal would be huge before halftime, just to get the confidence up here at home. Archer, now Reed Norton. Sam Blackman sends it far right. Now Tormenta running. And on that far side, a battle going on down there. Official right there in position. And Sam Blackman in the vicinity once again cannot control. It belongs to SC United.
Blackman being guarded there by Jamie McNicholas, was trying to get around them. Ball going out of bounds and another possession for the Bantams.
Tormenta has had good possession. Only one solid shot, though, they have been able to get away. That by Reed Norton. Not much else offensively that has really made Ian McGrain, the SC United goalie, have to worry. He's had kind of a quiet half.
Yeah, the only time we really saw McGrain was when he jumped up and was able to grab the ball in the traffic of the shot by Reed Norton. Other than that, the Bantams offense have been giving McGrain a bit of a rest for the most part in the first half.
Now Norton in that center circle. Solid pass to the right as it was collected and now sent right one more time. Service into the box. In position is Rowe, and he just heads it over the goal. But Mikey Rowe able to get up into the air and offer some sort of a threat here in the 32nd minute.
And I guarantee if he was able to get a good header, he would have gotten McGrain out the way. It would have been a goal for Tormenta.
That sequence for Tormenta looked like it had purpose. They need a lot more of that, Danny, if they want to come back and really challenge in this match.
That was one of the only pretty much bang plays that Tormenta had, but just short as the header by Rowe, just going over the goalpost.
Now it's Viner being marked by Sosu, and the first corner kick of the match coming up.
Thank you to Holiday Inn for being the official hotel for Tormenta FC.
So Tormenta get a quick water break here as we get ready for this corner. Jose Cubalon will do the honors for the Bantams. SC United impressive so far. Tormenta has had a few moments, but unable to register any goals up to this point. Here's Cubalon. Ball stays alive. And the shot on. Players still able to keep it alive. This is Ireland. Tormenta there to kick it away at the very last moment.
When the ball originally ricocheted to Trent Whiteley, he was a bit shocked that the ball came his way. Had to react fast, and just good defense and good awareness by Tormenta here, avoiding another goal.
Whiteley in the mix once again. Send it now to Millard. Millard has been dangerous all night long. Here he is again. Goes down outside the 18, and now Tormenta will recollect in the 35th minute. Tormenta trying to get some numbers upfield. Here comes some help. Now the service to Vinyals. Vinyals went far post with it. As dodging that was McGrain. McGrain moving again frantically, and it'll be a corner kick coming up for Tormenta.
Quick speed there from Tormenta, trying to advance the ball way ahead. They had an opening. Vinyals had an open look, but just couldn't get to connect, and now it's the first corner kick for Tormenta.
Jad Arslan is over there for Tormenta FC. And this will be the in-swinging Reed Norton, putting it in the air. This is Reed Norton's forte. Let's see if Tormenta can get a good touch on it inside the box. Ayo Sosu with the left foot. Not enough air under it. SC United will clear it.
Now you hope to see a sense of urgency for Tormenta as we are closing in on the final 10 minutes of the first half. They want to try and get a goal here.
Davis Bryant comes away with it, and now the counter is on for SC United. Good job holding it up, and how about that blast? Definitely had some muscle behind it as it sails over the goal.
Have to be careful. We've seen some good-looking shots from SC United so far in the game. We've seen the header from Viner, and then Walsh with a nice shot top of the box.
Now it's Rowe. Vinyals active. Whiteley comes up and touches for Tormenta FC. It'll go the Bantams' way.
There are some frustrations on this Tormenta team, just trying to create opening, but it's almost as if they're not getting the calls that they want here in the first half, as it looks like Joe Viner for SC United is down, and officials calling for the trainers to come to the field.
So Viner on the turf. Still moving well. Here's you get a look at Irk Russell Park. Now in the 37th minute, make it 38th. 2-0 edge for SC United. Here, PDL action on a Wednesday night in Statesboro, Georgia, with Danny Waugh and Drew Felios. Tormenta FC, the 2016 PDL New Franchise of the Year. Had such a tremendous late run the latter half of the season. Still looking for that momentum here in 2017. They had the good showing against the Charleston Battery in the exhibition. Charleston, of course, a USL team. Tormenta then had a couple solid outings, 1-1 draws before heading on the road to Nashville, where they came up just short. Tonight, back at home, hungry for that first win of the year, and telling you, Danny, 2017 looks a little bit like 2016. Remember, the team last year struggled early, was still looking for players to define their roles, and kind of looks like we're seeing a repeat of that, an encore of that, and you hope that's good, because that means there's big things still to come in 2017.
Absolutely, and there is some progress compared from the 2016 season to 2017 early on. One thing that Tormenta is doing early here this year is getting goals. It took them a couple of games to even get their first goal of the year, let alone their first win. So able to get goals against Myrtle Beach and Peachtree cities, and going 3 goals against Nashville. You know, you see a little bit of the offensive momentum going early on in the season. You just have to get the wins to go with it.
Joe Viner comes off the field. Saw him. He did come off under his own power, so that is a very good sign for SC United. I'd be surprised if we don't see him back.
Yeah, he seems to be okay. He took off his shoe. May have been something wrong with his ankle. We put the shoe back on, got off on his own will, so he'll probably be out for the rest of this half and then come back in later in the second.
Sam Blackman working. Now Whiteley over there. And both players, both teams rather, just sort of feeling each other out right here as we near the stretch run of the first half.
And you got to think, for SC United, they can play more at a conservative pace here with a 2-0 lead. Now, the pressure is going to be on Tormenta, and their biggest factor isn't going to be SC United, it's going to be the clock.
Sosu calling for it. The ball finally goes upfield. Sosu touching. And now tries to center it. Blackman over to Dennis. Now Reed Norton sends it back. That back line trying to play in precision for Tormenta FC. Get on the same page. Blackman again. Here's Whiteley. Waits for it and then collects. Charlie Dennis, they are calling his name on the field. Sosu wide open, asking for it.
Yeah, Sosu really wants possession of the ball. You see him there calling for his teammates. You know, he's had some open looks. And he wants it more. He wants to get on the board and get this team on the board and cut this deficit in half.
All serious mania and Ibis Camp members, please report to the Power Day guest match seating area located near the stage front board.
Now SC United gets right back to it.
Presented by Jordan Pre-Owned Vehicles.
Contact. And finally a whistle. That whistle really came in late. And let's see if we see another card here in this situation. Vignoles was the closest guy to him.
There was a second whistle blown after the initial one, so we could potentially see our third yellow card of the evening.
Just a warning this time. But another set piece coming up for the Bantams. Likely going to have a good dose of extra time here in the first half. This is where the Bantams are so dangerous. They've got a pretty good size edge in the box right now over Tormenta FC. There's Vignoles. Ball deflected that time and kicked away from him. It'll be a goal kick for Tormenta. A goal by Joe Viner in the 5th minute made it 1-0 Bantams. Then they followed it up 26th minute. Jordan Walshaw put it in the back of the net with tremendous one-on-one skill. And that is where we stand right now. 2-0 game approaching halftime.
Also the first game for Tormenta in 10 days, so a nice long period of rest for Tormenta. And then they'll have another long period of rest before they take on Nashville in June.
Sosu trying to run it down into the Powerade sign. Dangerous play that time as Millard got tangled up with him. Taken down is Whiteley. Good chemistry shown by the Bantams. And right now, South Carolina can simply possess, take time off the clock, and really make Tormenta work. You can see that is what they're trying to do.
Yeah, at this point, with a 2-0 lead, they can use as much time as they want to move the ball around and get open looks for another shot.
Joe Viner calling for it. That's where they go with it. Viner a good size edge on Ayu Sosu, the left back for Tormenta FC. Fielded now by Meyer. And 1 minute in regulation time here in the first half.
And you wonder what Tormenta is going to do in terms of adjustments for the second half. Their biggest deficit of the season so far. As they're trying to get a goal late here in the first half.
Gonna get a corner kick here. Plenty of time on the clock for Tormenta to get something working. Reed Norton will work his magic.
We'll wait to see the 1-2 punch of Reed Norton and Charlie Dennis. Saw it in the first game against the Mutiny.
Keep an eye on Dennis, number 9. Also Phelps right behind him. Phelps charges up to the 6. There's a nice header. The opportunity, traffic inside the 6, right on the line. And it's kicked up in the air as the Bantams were able to keep it out of the net.
3 minutes to stop.
3 minutes of stoppage now coming up. Tormenta can easily muster a few more opportunities before the end of the first half. Here's Blackman. Blackman had it taken away. The 4th-year PDL star, Sam Blackman, getting in position for Tormenta. Now it's Vinyals. Norton collects once again, sends it to Whiteley. Far side, Jad Arslan has not had much of an impact in this match. There's a guy that you got to get a little bit more involved. He was outstanding last year, but have not called his name much or nearly enough here so far in this game.
And now SC United finally getting possession of the ball after Tormenta had a couple of good looks, but the one shot they had off the corner kick got bobbled between the feet of a couple of SC United players, and now we have another card drawn here in the game.
That's going to be on Trenton Whiteley, the left back, the right back rather, the right back Trenton Whiteley, young man out of Mercer. Just a shove down that time, and the official was right there to make the call.
Yeah, starting to see a little bit of frustration with these Tormenta players. The free kick goes away.
Tormenta FC goal kick.
Tormenta will prepare for a goal kick here in the final minutes.
So about a minute left here before halftime. Leland Archer sends it upfield for Tormenta. Charlie Dennis will try and run this one down. Dennis gonna have to wait for his teammates. There's another good opportunity. The cross was right on target, but the finish was just a little bit short. Jad Arslan getting airborne.
Well, you just said that they needed to get Jad Arslan involved more in this game, and he had a good look, but another header that was just off, this time going right off the goalpost. Just a cross by Dennis. There you see at the very edge. And Arslan had a good look. It was just too high and right.
Well, Arslan got high up in the air that time. Usually you would think Dennis would be the one finishing that play, but that time he was the distributor. Nicely done. Here's Whiteley. Same idea, a little bit too high. In fact, much too high for Mikey Rowe. But at least you see Tormenta thinking, getting it into that final third. And there's no hesitation making that cross. Those are good signs here heading into halftime.
And hopefully we'll see more in the second half as the first half officially comes to a close here at Russell Park.
2-0 your score as SC United gets a couple goals. One by Viner, the other by Walsh. They lead heading in to intermission. Tormenta FC will have to come back in the second half. We'll step aside with halftime festivities. Coming up, a special feature on Archer and Norton, couple Tormenta players, when we return.
Downtown and thrift stores, a blue mile to your door. New sights and old friends, a new day, no dead end. 'Cause I'm off the highway for good. Oh, I'm moving on and I'm letting go. And I just thought that you should know that I'm on my own, but I'm not alone. 'Cause I've got the road with fast cars and more thrills, the good beer that love fills, bright lights and warm nights and whatever feels right. 'Cause I'm off the highway for good. Oh, I'm moving on and I'm letting go. And I just thought that you should know that I'm on my own, but I'm not alone. 'Cause I've got the road.
We get you back to you.
I'm not playing with you. I can bend a little bit. I can play a little bit. I'm in for you. I can see a little bit. I can see a little bit of you. I gotta hold on you. You gotta hold
Alex,
on me.
my name.
I gotta
Alex?
hold on
Mine
you.
too.
I got a new swimsuit with glitter and fringes, and I got a case of the too many Benjamins.
Welcome back to Irk Russell Park. 2-0 is your score. Tormenta coming up on the short end so far, the fourth regular season match of the season. I'm Drew Felios, thrilled to have you with us tonight alongside Danny Wall, who is down taking care of business right now on the field. Lots coming up for you at halftime. We're going to begin, though, with the special feature, Tormenta's back line, featuring tremendous talent. Leland Archer, a newcomer this year. He has been so far the MVP of that unit. You've also got Reed Norton. Reed, a returning player. Reed, of course, a former Georgia Southern Eagle, also played some soccer at NC State. Let's meet now the back line of Tormenta FC, Leland Archer and Reed Norton.
It feels good to be back playing for Tormenta this summer. Mercy's obviously off the trip, and then Darren and Miss Nature asked me if I wanted to come back. I was very, very happy to say that.
I'm really excited the season started. It's good to be back. Good to see some of the guys back, like Trent, IL, guys like that. And obviously welcoming some of the new faces. I think everyone brings in a lot to the table, and I think we've got a good group.
I just want to basically just help out when needed, just listen to Coach John, and just when I get a chance to get out there on the field, just provide services, crosses, and defend well, and just help the team win so we can make playoffs this year.
I don't really think it's any individual thing that I can really affect. I think it's a team, and it's 11 guys out there. I think as long as we all play well and we gel together, I think we can make a lot of results happen and get a lot of points on the table this year.
Every time I come down the field, if I'm involved, just create a dangerous chance for the team. If that's assisting, if it's scoring, if I get the chance, just making an impact every single time I get the ball.
Coach Murphy was pretty gracious enough to let me train every single day with the guys and do a lot of fitness and keep me in shape. So when I went out to Charleston, it worked out pretty well that I was in shape, and when I came back, I just kept training and getting ready for here. I think we have a good group. I think it's going to be a good atmosphere in each game. I think Tormenta has grown since even last year. So hoping for 3,000 to 4,000 people for the first game, and hopefully it keeps going throughout the season.
Through downtown and thrift stores, a blue mile to your door. With new sights and old friends, a new day, no dead end. 'Cause I'm off the highway for good. Oh, I'm moving on and I'm letting go. And I just thought that you should know that I'm on my own, but I'm not alone. 'Cause I've got the road with fast cars and more thrills, the good beer, the love filled, with bright lights and warm nights and whatever feels right. 'Cause I'm off the highway for good. Oh, I'm moving on and I'm letting go. And I just thought that you should know that I'm on my own, but I'm not alone. 'Cause I've got the road.
We get you back to you.
I'm not playing with you. I can win a little bit. I can play a little bit. I'm in for you. I can see a little bit. I can see a little bit of you. I got a hold on you. You got a hold on me.
My name.
I got a
Alex?
hold on
Mine
you.
too.
I got a new swimsuit with glitter and fringes, and I got a case of the too many Benjamins.
All right, fans, we are back with our live broadcast, and it's halftime now. With the score is 2-0, but we know that Tormenta is going to keep fighting. Second half team, I think we've got 3 goals in us, and we need you to carry us all the way. I'm happy to be here right now with Tripp Shepard. Tripp's the mayor pro tem for the city of Sylvania. He's also president of the Bank of Newington, and Tripp, it's so exciting for us to have a big crowd from Sylvania here tonight. Tell us a little bit about what it's like as Tormenta has sort of been in Sylvania the last 3 days and put all that games and sports in Spring County.
Well, first of all, thanks for having us. Thanks for the invite. We're having a great time. I'm speaking for everybody here and really enjoying the game. So thank you guys for that. Really appreciate what you're doing in Spring County, Sylvania. I've got an expert that lives in my house on the subject, my 4-year-old son, and he's been attending the camp this week, and he says it's awesome. He's having a great time, and he's learning a lot about the game, which is not something that I think he was aware of before, and maybe that's basically how Stripping County is. We focused on other sports in the past, and it's good to see you guys come in and start making an impact in this game.
Well, thanks a lot. I know our guys have had a real appreciation for it. And the whole camp is to benefit the IVAS Foundation, which is our nonprofit group, an extension of Tormenta FC, and to try to do those things that raise money and let soccer players and build soccer programs around our area and maybe players and programs in all the ways that we can do that. And so this has been a great reach out for us. We're coming back to Sylvania tomorrow. It's at the Sylvania Rotary Group. I should just let our fans listening know that at 12:30 we're going to be at the market on Maple. They're hosted by their Downtown Development Authority. We're going to have our players there at the luncheon. So we're all looking forward to that in Sylvania, turning out for those sorts of things. Sports in Sylvania really, I think, defines a lot of how people see themselves, whether it's the high school or the middle school to get there. So we couldn't be more excited for minutes of part of that sports family in Sylvania.
Well, it's a small community. Sports are always the big piece of a small community. And like we said, the focus has usually been on football, baseball. But, soccer is such a phenomenal sport. It's the biggest sport in the world, So why wouldn't that be a big part of it, too? And I've got to mention Mark on the paper here. I've been struggling to do that. You guys are getting a pretty good preview tomorrow. It's something we've been working on for a while. And tomorrow's actually the grand opening. So this is something that's going to happen right before that. And I was there just a little while ago. They're trying to get the roof on the finished up. So it is literally brand new, and we're certainly happy to have you guys there.
Well, I think everybody in South Georgia knows how it's important in our communities. Just because we're smaller doesn't mean we lack sophistication. And one of the things that I think has been really important to us is the franchises to reach out to everybody in those areas. I see some young players here and some parents behind us, so we appreciate all the support that's here tonight. I've been in Atlanta the last 3 days with our youth academy, who's playing in Georgia Soccer's State Cup, and got a shout out because I know the boys are listening to Atlanta. They had a big 4-1 win tonight and going against KSA tomorrow, and they're going to get that win. But we've got players here that just like the guys that are playing behind us tonight, they were the same age. We had to start at some place, and whether you move to, I think, this sort of level that we're seeing tonight, or whether you find a game that's learning how to get fun and be good teammates and all of that, those are the things that we can help promote in our local communities. And I know how much that means to everybody in Sylvania Script.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys have extended your reach from just being an athletic organization to essentially performing community outreach at this point as well. And that's great. The more of an outlet that you can give these kids to get engaged, especially in team sports, and learn how to work together for a common goal as a team. That's what society is built on. So it's a great building block. And it's something hopefully these kids can keep on with until they're to this point.
Well, thanks so much, Tripp. We're winding down here. Halftime's coming to a close, guys. We've got to get 3 more goals in order to hold it down here so that Tormenta can take over everything. We're going to send it back as halftime, down 2-0. Great things away. Let's hear it from the rest of the crowd. We'll send it back after this commercial.
Good job, everybody. Great job. Good job.
Through downtown and thrift stores that bloom out to your door. With new sights and old friends, a new day, no dead end. 'Cause I'm off the highway for good. Oh, I'm moving on and I'm letting go. And I just thought that you should know that I'm on my own, but I'm not alone. 'Cause
Pretty nice night here in Statesboro, Georgia, after rain pounded this area earlier today. Here at Irk Russell Park, Tormenta FC trails 2-0 as we head to the second half. SC United coming in, establishing the tempo. Goals in the 5th minute, the 26th minute. They lead right now. What does Tormenta have to do, Danny, to get back into this match?
Well, they wanted to start the game being aggressive, but now they have to come into the second half being more aggressive. Down 2-0. We saw a good couple of looks in the remaining minutes of the first half, but they want to have that the entire second half if they want to get back in this game.
All right, Tormenta now will move left to right here in the second half. Again, SC United in the white tonight, Tormenta in the dark uniforms. Sam Blackman starts the second half for Van Tassel. Great to see him on the field as always at halftime, trying to rile up this crowd a little bit. As Tormenta looking really for that first goal to just kind of get things going. After that, I think opportunities will come a lot easier for this team tonight at home.
After you get the first goal, things kind of get put into place. So if they can get a good goal here in the opening minutes, they'll be on the right track.
Arslan, nice pass into Charlie Dennis. Dennis working now, able to force the issue, and a corner kick coming up for Tormenta FC. Reed Norton will get into position.
The first corner kick early on for Tormenta here in the second half. The first one in the first half came pretty late, midway through. So if a corner kick opportunity here, they can get a nice look for a shot.
Tormenta with a flurry of corner kicks to end the first half. Good way to start the second half here. Norton going to the far post with it. A couple players elevate, but can't get ahead on it. Josh Phelps got a piece of the ball. Ayusosu sends it over to the right side for Norton now. Into the box. The ball was alive for just a moment before Millard sent it out of bounds.
Max Hassenstab starting here in the second half for Tormenta. Almost had a good look. The ball kind of getting away from him. And Tormenta will have another opportunity on the throw-in.
Daniels lost it. Reed Norton is there for the recovery. Possession is going to be very key for Tormenta here in the second half. Got to figure SC United will be rather content with a 2-0 lead to really make Tormenta come at them and beat them. Tormenta still at times looking for an offensive identity. Here's the counter though by the Bantams as Ireland was leading the way that time.
They are pursuing, trying to get a third goal, and a 3-goal lead would be perfect for SC United. And they can play more conservative soccer here in the second half. Of course, the key for Tormenta here is to control the ball and get as many opportunities as they can, because SC United doesn't really need the ball.
Now Roberts. Roberts, nice touch. And now SC United attacking. I said they'd be a little content. They have not showed that they're going to be content to sit back here in the second half. They look like they want to continue to attack. We want to remind everybody immediately following this match here tonight, please get on Facebook, and we're sure you're already a liker of the Tormenta Facebook page. If you have not liked it, go ahead and like it right now, as we've got our very popular post-game show coming at you. Our Powerade Player of the Match will be awarded during that segment, immediately following this telecast on Facebook.com. Here's Charlie Dennis trying to shake free. Ball was deflected just outside the 6. And Tormenta still looking for that clean look that just has not happened tonight. Reed Norton, nice pass. One-on-one now to the goal! And Tormenta finally gets one in the 50th minute.
Number 4, Max Hassenstab with the goal.
Max Hassenstab, the forward, making 2 games in a row now. He is able to score. He had one against Nashville, and he gets loose in the 50th minute here tonight.
He got one in the second half against Nashville in the previous game, and getting one in the second half tonight. A goal in the right direction. Ball just got ahead to Hassenstab in front of the SC United defenders. A good shot, and now Tormenta is on the board.
You could just feel a little bit more spring in the step of Tormenta FC. Jad Arslan in that sequence, making things happen. But Hazenstab, 2 in a row. Now for Tormenta, just like that, the lead cut in half.
Okay, we'll call Fred to come and get you. Alright, and you went to Will?
Let's see how that goal kind of swings the momentum of this game.
And if I'm Tormenta, I'm going being aggressive right after you scored that first goal. Try to get another goal here. Be more aggressive on offense. Try to get the ball away from SC United on defense, and in due time, they could potentially tie this game up.
Charlie Dennis hands it to Blackman. Blackman now, Ayo Sosu working on the far side of the field. Sosu, feisty, not giving up on this play. Ball is kicked out, and it looks like it's going to belong to Tormenta. Sosu's throw in, Phelps is down there. Also keep an eye on Dennis. Everybody in the right spot. So second corner kick of this second half, and a goal to go with it. Good start for Tormenta. This is Vinyals out of the corner. Sosu, very patiently, now puts it in play. Airborne now, ball still alive, and it heads out of bounds. McGrain, a little bit panicking that time. He can feel the pressure Tormenta's come out with here in the first 10 minutes of the second half.
This is great offense here in the opening minutes for Tormenta. Having a mix of returners in the first half and also some fresh legs. See Hazenstab, who got the goal in the game, and also Nick Wells seeing his first bit of action here in the half.
Nick Wells softly passes. Dennis able to get it inside the 18. Looking for contact. Official lets them play on. Nick Wells again. Well, he has really made a difference. Jad Arslan swings it to the left side. Norton with a big swing just to the right as he got all of that when the ball was on the ground. If it had a little bit of air under it, it would have sailed right through the back of the net.
Yeah, a little more to the left. We would have had a tie ball game here. Good look from Reed Norton. And just good passing between Tormenta FC players.
We're seeing a renewed chemistry here in the opening minutes of half number 2. SC United a little bit on their heels. Tormenta gaining confidence at home. Blackman now sends it left, and we're going to have an offsides on Tormenta.
You can't really get mad at that. That's just the continued offense that Tormenta has here in the second half, is trying to get more looks and more opportunities. And now we'll see, as SC United will now have possession, if they're going to continue to play conservative or try to get that goal back that they gave up here in the second half.
Reed Norton sending it right. Hear the voices on the field for Tormenta. Several guys calling Reed Norton's name. Guys are wanting the ball right now. It seemed like in the first half, Tormenta was a little bit tentative in handling it, but right now everybody wants to step up and get in on the act. As the ball rolls over to Meyer, and he'll put it in play to Leyland Archer.
And it makes you wonder what Coach Millerisi said in the locker room during halftime that awakened this Tormenta team.
Well, remember, Ben Freakley is also here tonight, so I have a feeling maybe Coach Freakley possibly got a word in or two.
Probably poked his head in the locker room and told his guys, more importantly the 7 returners who he coached last season, the inaugural year, that need to get back in shape here in the second half, and they have done so far with 1 goal.
Charlie Dennis over to Blackman. Blackman loses his stride and now gets it back to the center circle where Walsh switches it over. Millard has been key tonight for SC United. Look at Millard, number 2, always moving. As the ball will sail out of bounds, it'll be a corner kick coming up for the Bantams.
The first corner kick for SC United. Now they'll have an opportunity to take back the goal they gave up. We haven't really seen much of their offense here in the second half, so this will be our first look on the first corner kick.
This will be Cubalon for the Bantams. Cubalon gets a nice ball just inside the 6. There's the shot, and it's in. SC United counters. And it's just like that 3-1 as the Bantams answer Tormenta's early goal.
Somehow, some way, SC United was able to bob and weave their way in. Here's the replay. It looked like it ricocheted off of Keegan Meyer into the net. Trying to get the save, but results in SC United regaining their 2-goal lead. Score now 3-1, advantage Bantams.
Looked like a deflection inside the 6, and the goal is going to be credited to Walsh, number 8. That'll be his second of the night. So that is a heartbreaker. That just shows how dangerous this Bantams team can be. Very skilled players. They are so good on set pieces.
A win here for SC United will give them all the momentum here against Tormenta. They play each other 2 more times this season, but both of them will be away for Tormenta FC.
SC United victorious here last season and Tormenta's inaugural year. Head coach Lee Morris reminisced about that game earlier tonight. Said that it was a match that they did not really deserve to win. Tormenta had chance after chance, and that was early in the season, 2016. Tormenta just could not finish as of yet. Tonight has not really been as similar. There have not been many opportunities for Tormenta. But that goal, definitely heartbreaking because Tormenta was really starting to get back into this match. Still plenty of time on the clock, but a 2-goal deficit is awfully hard to erase.
Yeah, it was almost as if they were going 2 steps forward, but then going 3 steps back. As Tormenta just really trying to create some offense here in the second half. We saw that increased aggressiveness. Been very physical here tonight. As it will be a goal kick for the Bantams.
Well played that time by Blackman. Now Nick Wells handling for Tormenta FC. Wells will give it a ride. This is Arslan, Jad Arslan, trying to make a difference. Players calling for contact, and it will be a corner kick. That is a good job by Arslan. He's able to get some hands on the Bantams that time, but the official was shielded off, didn't make the call.
And also a good look from Nick Wells trying to get another goal for Tormenta. Was just deflected into Arslan, and now we'll have another corner kick for Tormenta.
Norton, far post. Ball in the air and cleared by SC United. Ayososu. Over to Norton. Norton with a good angle. Ball serviced, far post, inside the box, and just deflected out. That ball was heading into the goal, and how did SC United manage to clear that one? I have no idea.
And then another one right there as McGrain was able to catch it and then cover it going down to the ground. More good looks for Tormenta. That was very close to being another 1-goal game, but somehow, some way, SC United was able to get the deflection. And now Tormenta has to start all over again.
Tormenta will continue to attack. Pass went short that time. Going to give the Bantams a chance at a counter. Tremendous speed along the front for SC United. A little bit too much that time as an offsides will be called. You gotta love the fact that even after the last goal, Tormenta continues to attack, be on the offensive here as we are 60 minutes in to this fourth regular season contest. Tormenta trailing 3-1. Drew Felios alongside Danny Wall and our fabulous crew from the Georgia Southern Multimedia Development Center here at Irk Russell Park. Remind you, after this telecast is concluded, join us on Facebook for the Tormenta postgame show, as we'll name our Powerade Player of the Match and also visit with players and Coach Miller Racing. Shot on line, but just too high. Again, the defense a little bit slow reacting for Tormenta FC.
Yeah, the main focus has been offense, keeping the ball away from SC United. They haven't had that many touches and that many looks to get a shot, but a little high from the Bantams. So now another opportunity for Tormenta to try to cut into the lead again.
Charlie Dennis, he's the go-to guy for Tormenta. Not really been an offensive threat here tonight. Has handled it though fairly well, and has distributed a few times to his teammates, but I think Tormenta really needs Charlie to be a finisher, especially on set pieces. Here's Norton weaving his way through, now backs it out and gives it to Ayu Sosu. Goes a little bit too far though, and Sosu couldn't get to it, and offsides will be called as well. So Tormenta comes out screaming from intermission. Get a goal in the 50th minute by Hazenstab, the forward. SC United, though, answers as Jordan Walshaw gets the deflection. And it's a 3-1 match. Mention the Facebook show that we've got after the match. I know, Danny, you love getting in on that. Also follow Tormenta on Twitter. Follow Darren Van Tassel on Twitter.
Yes.
As well. Updates throughout the week. Follow him on Facebook, of course. That's where you can watch our Powerade Player of the Match show coming up after the telecast tonight. But social media, Tormenta uses it so well throughout the league, don't they?
Yeah, social media is probably the #1 place to see what Tormenta is doing, not on game days, on their off days, in terms of practicing. You follow Darren Van Tassel's Twitter, that man is everywhere, promoting the brand, also running the clubhouse as well. You know, doing a lot of great things. He said in the halftime interview that he spent the last couple of days in Atlanta with the youth academy team. So he is a busy man and trying to make Tormenta one of the premier teams in Premier Development League. Also as well, the 2016 new team of the year.
That's right.
So a lot of positive things moving forward, and knowing what Darren has in store for Tormenta in the next couple of years is something you want to be a part of in the South Georgia area.
You know, one of the biggest reasons that Tormenta, or one of the reasons Tormenta was the new franchise of the year in the PDL, Danny. One of those big reasons, this telecast right here, setting the standard in the PDL. Credit to our entire crew here tonight, throughout last season and this season as well. Art Berger does a great job putting things together, his crew, and just thrilled once again to be part of it here in 2017.
And Art has been a very busy man himself with the MDC, just getting off of the Sun Belt Conference Tournament. Art, Jeremiah Womble, Corey Spades, Jeff Clark, and the whole team just doing a tremendous job. And going from one sport to another, from a tournament that went about 7 games to now the game here tonight on a Wednesday.
Man, Corey, always working hard.
Oh, yeah.
Jeremiah as well.
And Corey and Jeremiah now with the fatherhood, now with children.
Work has just begun.
Yeah.
And the work has begun for Tormenta here for sure. Trailing by 2 goals in the 65th minute. Phelps, ball taken away, and now a one-on-one, lofted into the goal, and that's an easy one for SC United.
Wow. The steal and the finish, equivalent of a basketball player getting a steal and going for the slam he made it look, it was so easy for him just to get the steal. And now Walshaw with his 3rd goal of the night and has given SC United a 3-goal lead.
Jordan Walshaw is having a night for the ages as he has now posted a hat trick here at Irk Russell. And that was one where Keegan Meyer just had no chance as he elevates the ball. And then a little slide afterwards.
Posing for the camera. Walshaw came into today's game with the only goal scored by the Bantams. And now he tacks on 3 more here in tonight's game.
I guarantee you that slide at the end, that's something that Tormenta players will certainly remember.
Now if I'm Tormenta, I'm starring the next 2 times they play SC United on the road. Next time they play them, it will be on Saturday, June 17th, and then once again on Tuesday, June 27th.
So these 2 teams will meet, in fact, 2 more times this season. And I guarantee you, Tormenta will have number 8 marked very tightly. Sosu keeps it alive. The shot on goal is again off to the right. So another opportunity for Tormenta FC, and the team unable to cash in.
I mean, you have to give credit to Tormenta for increasing the offense and getting more looks here in the second half, but they just haven't been following through. Another good opportunity as they were able to keep it in, and then Dennis with another look, but just off to the right.
Dennis has had a couple good looks tonight. Reed Norton has had the same. And when you have so many guys playing up, that was how Walshaw was able to bust free on the other end just a few minutes ago. Lots of chatter right now on the field.
Mainly from the Tormenta players, just trying to get back into the swing of things.
Reed Norton controls. And here's the service now just outside the 6. Joe Viner has exited the game. For SC United, there's a header. That one on line. A little bit too high.
Yeah, holding his leg. We saw him go down towards the end of the first half, which is why we had the extra couple of minutes of time to play. But now with a commanding 4-1 lead and no reason to have Viner still in there, you just get him out and get him rested up for the next matchup.
Here's Millard. Millard in the middle of things all night long. Harrison Roberts also right there with him. Jamie McNicholas, number 3 for SC United. And Tormenta giving chase at the moment.
Thank you to 420 papers for providing Tormenta FC with extra game.
Now you see SC United just trying to play keep away, conservative ball, preventing Tormenta from getting another look. as SC United will have a couple of substitutions coming to the game.
Harrison Roberts looks like he's going to head out for the Bantams.
And for number 9, Harrison Roberts.
And Liam Ireland looks like he is also headed to the bench.
Put on for SC United, number 13, Darrell Williamson for number...
Darrell Williamson enters for FC United.
Liam Ireland.
So Williamson will wear number 14.
Now looks like we'll have a couple of players as well for Tormenta coming in the game as well.
Leonard Brown also enters number 10 for SC United. So Brown enters along with Williamson, 10 and 14 respectively. Arslan throws it in. Tony Soler, his first action, comes firing right off the bench. And Soler is a guy who's always gonna mix things up for Tormenta. He's got a lot of work to do here. His team down 3 goals.
Well, mixing things up isn't a bad thing here for Soler, coming out into the game swinging, trying to get a goal for Tormenta. Just anything that they can cut into this 3-goal deficit now that they have. It's just been all SC United, mainly all Jordan Walsh.
Now it's Brown. Leonard Brown off the bench. You see the speed and skill. Number 10 brings to the field. Cubalon calling for it. This is McNicholas misfiring. Tormenta collecting with Sam Blackman. So Tony Soler to Ayu Sosu. Interesting if the rest of the way we see some adjustments from head coach Milleracey, or will he continue to go with this unit and let these guys try and build some chemistry here in the last 20 minutes?
Well, this is not how Coach Milleracey wanted to end his day. We talked earlier how he drove from Atlanta and had a couple of games that he had to coach this afternoon. The young Tormenta Academy students, athletes.
Charlie Dennis fielding on the far side. Ball sent out of bounds. Dennis still in the match. Tormenta with their firepower intact here as we near that stretch run. Going down hard was Reed Norton that time. And the official steps right in. And it'll be another set piece for Tormenta FC. Tormenta playing in very wet conditions back on May 20th in Nashville. They had to play on turf that night. It's not hard, not easy to do rather, on wet turf to play this game of soccer. And tonight, it's been wet. They've been on grass, a little bit better surface, but still some slick conditions.
Yeah, we've seen a couple of players slipping and sliding throughout the game as another save by Ian McGreen. Another look for Tormenta. You can't disagree that they're trying to do what they can on offense, being more aggressive and taking more shots.
Thank you to Babcock Home Furniture for your comfortable contributions to Tormenta FC.
Archer plays to Sosu. Now Tormenta will possess. Tony Soler. Not much forward movement right now coming from this Tormenta offense. A little stagnant here in the past 5 minutes. Phelps switches it back. And we move left to right once again.
maneuvering the ball, trying to find a good look, but it could be that they're running out of opportunities, they're running out of options.
Here comes the service from Sosu. In the box, there it is. Again, a misfire.
That probably explains why they've been trying to rotate the ball around. They've had so many looks, but they haven't been able to connect and score, so they're probably wondering, well, where else can we try and get a good position for us to try and get a goal?
Set up nicely. Sosu had time and space. There was the shot by Blackman that went high. Another corner kick for Tormenta FC. And again, somebody got a head on it, but it was off to the right once again. I'll tell you what, wide right, that's usually a term you use in field goals. Tonight it applies to Tormenta.
Yeah, so many shots just going wide right, whether it's been kicks, whether it's been headers. They've always been going to the right side.
Tormenta's really put in the time over the past 10 days preparing for this match. Definitely not the result that they have been looking for. Had some good moments, just not been able to string it together here at home.
And now they'll have another week and a day before their next game. And speaking with the coaches, you know, having so many days off can be a blessing and a curse. But for Tormenta's part, this could be a blessing in disguise because down 3 goals here, you did see increased offense in the second half, but they'll have more time to get some practice in, get some reps together, and try to be more consistent as a group.
Soler, now it's Norton. Norton switching field. A player for the Bantams goes down. There was a little bit of a crease there. Soler now will collect again. For Tormenta as they reset with Archer. Remember, immediately following this telecast, our Powerade Player of the Game will be announced on Facebook Live. Be sure and go to Facebook immediately following the match. Danny and I will be there. Talk to head coach Miller Racy, our player of the match, and what is likely going to be a disappointed Tormenta team. Again, Dennis misfires to the right. As those chances building up, but just nothing really positive coming of it.
There's so many good looks and so many opportunities, but just none able to go in. There you see again, Dennis thought he had an opening for a goal. Once again, it goes wide right. And now one of the SC United players down on the ground. Was trying to, seems it could have been a leg injury. And now referees are going to check up on him and possibly some trainers coming out onto the field. And that was Jose Kubalin, who was able to get up on his own will, walking it off, and looks like he will stay in the game for the Bantams.
Jose Kubalon has been very active tonight for the Bantams of SC United. They've gotten good contributions from Cody Millard. Also Joe Viner with a goal in the 5th minute to get SC United on the board. But the star of the night has been Jordan Walshaw. He has been right place, right time. And credited with 3 goals here tonight.
Able to get the hat trick in about 10 to 15 minutes from getting the win for the Bantams.
I'll tell you what, we're watching this Tormenta team go through some growing pains here in the first part of the season, but we're also seeing how good the teams are here in the PDL. I mean, they just seem to get better and better. I think Myrtle Beach was outstanding. I think we saw a very improved Peachtree City team in the 2nd game. Nashville always tough, and SC United tonight has been very impressive.
Yeah, and the lucky thing for Tormenta is that they get to play these teams again later on in the year, so they'll be ready, getting a first look to see how these teams are in the season, and now will be able to adjust and know how to take on these teams moving forward. And that's how Tormenta was able to get on a good run midway through last season as well.
Charlie Dennis again. Tap to Merriam. Jamie Merriam in the game for the first time here tonight. Merriam wears number 10. So wholesale changes made here with less than 10 minutes to go in regulation time. SC United has led since the 5th minute. They have led pretty much the entire way. You know, this community has embraced this Tormenta team so much. And the crowds here at Eric Russell are so outstanding. Such a buzz around game day that, you know, that can produce a little bit of pressure. Tormenta's got to feel more comfortable going on through the season playing here at Eric Russell in their friendly confines, where they haven't played their best soccer so far.
Well, they have the fan support, and that's the number one thing, and they want to be able to get a couple of wins in front of these fans.
Here's Norton with the service, the header, and the second on the rebound is high once again. That was inside the 6 and played well as Max Hazenstab, the player who scored the lone goal from Tormenta, he had a clear shot that time. Here's one more look.
Hazenstab had 2 chances, couldn't get the header. That was deflected. Another shot going across the post. Just more and more opportunities that haven't gotten results.
On the field for Tormenta FC, number 10, Jamie Merriam.
Free kick now. TK. Abdurrahman, midfielder for SC United. A late substitution for the Bantams. Chance for some playing time for some of the role players for SC United. Get a chance to get on the field. See some minutes here.
Yeah, at this point, get a couple of the guys, get some fresh legs in the game. You have nothing really to lose at this point with a 3-goal lead. A chance to.
Here's a one-on-one, and it's blasted into the back of the net. Jamie Merriam off the bench. Tormenta FC has made it a 4-2 game.
Well, I had to stop myself because Tormenta finally got some results off a good shot by Jamie Merriam. He just came into the game and was able to find the look, getting his first goal of the season. Here's no look, able to cross up McGrain, going right, and it curved into the goal. So now it is a 2-goal game, 4-2.
Guarantee it that play will get Merriam some added playing time for sure. Come off the bench and make something happen like that. Coach Milaresi is certainly going to take notice. Tormenta has got to maintain their composure here as a card is going to be handed to Tony Soler.
Oh, the aggressiveness keeps up. So a lot of yellow cards drawn in the first half. We saw one early in the second half, and then things kind of settled down for a moment, but here we see what could be, I believe, our 5th yellow card of the game. And possession will be for the Bantams.
Now Wyatt Millard, second half of that Millard tandem, his brother Cody. Having a nice night tonight on the road. So Merriam in the 83rd minute for Tormenta. Reed Norton, a little bit of time and space. Tormenta taking their time here. Arslan and Norton teaming up. Nick Wells couldn't run that one down. And we're going to have a throw-in here on the near side of the field. So you get a goal here. I'll tell you what, I've seen crazier things happen in the world of sports. Tormenta can certainly still make some noise here in the final few minutes.
Well, I just came back from a Sun Belt Conference tournament where Georgia Southern was able to come back late in games, so I'm a believer in miracles.
Ayososu on the run, can't catch up to that one. Boy, you cannot stop talking about that baseball tournament.
You would have brought it up as well, you know. But you talk about chances here late in the game.
Right.
We see miracles in Statesboro in the last week. So who knows? Maybe that sprinkles off on Tormenta here, and there's still a little bit of time left. So you can't count Tormenta FC out just yet.
Tournament left an impression on you, didn't it?
It really did.
Yep. Tell you what, college baseball is thrilling.
Makes me look forward to watching regionals this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And even the softball College World Series.
Arslan tosses it in now. Reed Norton plays for Tormenta FC. Soler handles just outside the center circle. Reed Norton, let's see if he can wind up here. Doesn't get a chance as Tormenta moves forward a little bit prematurely that time. Leland Archer. Staple along the back line with Ayososu. Back line has struggled tonight for Tormenta FC as they have conceded 4 different times. Dennis over to Norton. Here's a cross attempt, and it's going to be another corner kick as Nick Wells slashed through that time to make it happen.
So another opportunity here for Tormenta. And you really want to get Charlie Dennis and Reed Norton involved here. And maybe even get Jamie Merriam involved as well.
Phelps is airborne. Tormenta keeps it alive. And credit the goalie, McGrain, who was able to break up that one at the last moment.
Yeah, it was lined up with Merriam when he tried to head it in. But a good deflection.
Good job by Soler to come back for Tormenta. Now weaving his way through traffic and keeping possession. Tell you what, these guys off the bench have really brought some energy for Tormenta FC. This is Whiteley. His shot sails wide.
Can't blame Whiteley for trying to create a shot from that far out.
Check that. That was Ayososu that time.
But nonetheless, you can't deny what Tormenta is trying to do, trying to get looks from all spaces. They've taken multiple looks, multiple shots here in the second half. Majority of them going wide right. Jamie Merriam was able to get a goal here late in the half. They're trying to do so again.
Now it's Archer going down, clutching his ankle, and we play on. How about Soler and the job that he has done, though? Lots of spark for Tormenta, and we're going to have an offsides there.
You never know. Coach Millerisi may be looking at these guys who come off the bench and may give him an opportunity in practice. He has a week to decide what adjustments he wants to make for the next game at home against Nashville. They'll play Nashville 2 times in a span of 3 days on Thursday the 8th and Saturday the 10th. And after having 10 days off between the last matchup and this matchup against SC United, and seeing how things have ended up here in tonight's game, Millerisi may have some decisions to make on who he wants to put into the starting 11.
Now with 8 days until that next game against Nashville, Tormenta will have really a doubleheader back-to-back with Nashville, a Thursday and a Saturday next week. Open now, Tormenta with one more shot. This one goes off the post. They've seen it every which way come up on the short end here tonight. Eventually, you gotta figure those shots are gonna start finding a place in the goal.
Yeah, from shots going from wide right to over the post, to now ricocheting directly on the post. Now, you can't really ask for anything more from Tormenta here in the second half.
Couple minutes of stoppage time now coming up. So we are in extra time right now. Valadez fields it. SC United. Tormenta got to be careful on the back lines. There's got pretty much everybody up here in the final minutes. Goalie Meyer also will play up. Jad Arslan, touch. Merriam in traffic. Now it's Charlie Dennis. Mayo Sosu, very active here tonight. Try and get some air under this one. Sosu comes back to it, and now he'll have a throw-in on the far side. Tony Soler winds up for Tormenta. Collected by Williamson. He's in a foot race now. He goes down. And Tormenta winds up with it again. Josh Phelps. Everybody pitching in to try and get another opportunity as Arslan's kick is deflected. Charlie Dennis on the post up. Takes it now inside the 18. Cut off. Held it a little bit too long.
Tormenta trying to stay alive with multiple opportunities. That has been the story here in the second half.
Just outside the 18, deflected and out of bounds once more. We invite you to get on Facebook. In fact, do it right now, because immediately following this telecast, our Powerade player of the match will be announced. We'll also talk to Coach Milleracey. And what looks to be another Tormenta setback. Interesting to see what head coach John Milleracey has to say after this one. No shortage of effort here in the second half for Tormenta, as they're able to get 2 goals on the board. But the problem is SC United also with 2 goals of their own. Tormenta just never able to get that sustained momentum that they needed to come back in this one.
Yeah, they were very aggressive in the second half, but just couldn't get past Jordan Walsh, who pretty much had the hot foot for SC United. A hat trick, 3 of the 4 goals for the Bantams in this game. But you can't deny the effort and the hustle that Tormenta has been playing, not more in the entire game, but more so in the second half, as they had an increased sense of urgency to get goals on the board. And at least they were able to get 2 here in the half.
Now it's Nick Wells. Wells gave it a ride, but it was sent out by Valadez. Final moments here at Irk Russell Park. Looks like Tormenta going to come up a bit short here. Leonard Brown trying to get in position, put one last shot on line. Tormenta's back line there. Phelps comes away with it. Now Tormenta with one final gasp. And that is going to do it. SC United comes to Statesboro, and they get an impressive 4-2 victory over Tormenta FC. 2 goals in the first half, 2 in the second. Tormenta gets 2 goals in the second half of their own. One by Hazenstab, the other by Merriam. But it is not enough. 4-2, the final score. SC United over Tormenta FC. Danny, disappointing night tonight for Tormenta.
Well, if there's anything you can take away from this game, is that they definitely came out with an increased sense of urgency in the second half. You had so many looks. I believe I want to say they had at least 10 shots in the second half, but all of them just going wide right or ricocheting off the goalpost, and you got to believe that those goals will eventually fall for you, and you have to stay with that aggression going forward. They'll have 8 days of rest, so they'll have to go back to the drawing board.
4-2, the final score. Be sure and join us immediately following this telecast on Facebook Live. Click on Facebook right now for the postgame show, where we'll name our Powerade player of the match and talk to Coach Milleracey. For Danny Wall and our entire crew at the Georgia Southern Multimedia Development Center, I'm Drew Felios saying so long from Statesboro as SC United wins 4-2 over Tormenta FC.